For more on what China's economic slowdown could mean for investors, let's bring in David Riedel. He's the president and founder of Riedel Research Group. David, welcome. Good to have you with us. What do you make of what's coming out of China? They're not going to now publish youth unemployment numbers, obviously because they don't like the numbers, and it has nothing to do with improving the methodology, for goodness sakes. But also they have big problems in the property sector and a consumer that is relatively, I would say, defensive right now.
Yeah, I really think a lot of people, myself included, were expecting the rebound after the COVID reopening to last a little bit longer. I think Beijing was expecting it to last a little bit longer as well. I think the reality is that during COVID, the rest of the world figured out that their supply chains were far too dependent on China. So they diversified their supply chains. They diversified to India, to Indonesia, to Mexico, to other places. And so when China opened back up, I think they found themselves without as many friends as before the pandemic. So I think some of this is self-inflicted. Some of it is the reality of the external world changing, but it's really a problem. Add to that demographics and a slowdown in overall growth, and I think you've got some trouble for Beijing.
Tim?
David, it's Tim. So I agree on the Japanization, so to speak, of China. Your notes, you also, though, rightly point out that 2 to 4% growth doesn't mean you can't invest in the region. Sentiment is as weak and as poor as I've ever seen on China, and I've been looking at China a long time. You talked about EDU. Some of the internet names are ones that I think are less about the macro than they really are about what the government is doing with the sector. Can you talk about opportunities there?
Yeah, I really think we've talked about this before. I think that we're telling our clients that we don't expect Beijing to have any big crackdown on tech, any breakdown like they did with Alibaba a couple of years ago and Jack Ma disappearing and so on and so forth. I don't think you're going to see that because that would be a self-inflicted wound for Beijing to add more fuel to the fire of investors turning away. So I think you're actually going to see some domestic stimulus, maybe voucher programs or rebate programs, encouraging people to buy that new air conditioner or washing machine or electric vehicle to really drive that domestic consumption. They like to have things that Beijing can control, and they can't control the export environment right now. So I think they're going to try to build up domestic consumption to the extent that they can. But their wallet is not unlimited like it was before the pandemic. They can't just continue to spend their way through and borrow their way through these kinds of rough patches in their economy. So this is a brave new world for China, and one that's going to be tricky for Beijing to navigate.
Karen?
Yeah, David, thanks for being on. Do you think that, there's a lot of talk about when or if they would look to invade Taiwan? Do you think this could be a time where, well, let's change the whole narrative of what's going on in the country now, and this is something we can all rally around, so this might be the right time to invade Taiwan?
You know that I'm very concerned about that happening in the longer term. I'm not concerned about it happening in the very near term. I think that the noise around the vice president's visit to New York, just last week, tells you that they're very concerned about Taiwan's growing calls for independence and separation from mainland China. I think you really have to pay attention to the South China Sea. I was very concerned by this attack recently by the Chinese military, the Chinese Navy, on a Philippine resupply ship. They shot water cannons at them to prevent them from resupplying one of their military bases on one of their own islands. This is a real hotspot around the world, and I think we could look back 5 years from now and say, "Ooh, we missed that the same way we missed Russia, Ukraine, and shame on us for missing what's a really serious problem in the South China Sea."